Okay, as we start template B, I've already cut out a bunch of the blue, so I just matched up the blues to what size the different templates need. So I've pre-cut all the blues for this purple square. I'm going to be working on the blue. And if you notice, all the templates are cut out with extra on the side. Let me just size it up a little bit here. And this one you have to, this fabric I have to make sure I turn it over, and there is salvage edge that I need to cut off so that is not in the quilt. So I'll make sure it's big enough so that I can cut salvage that out. Okay. Now we're going to use the same method of looking up to see. The purple is really hard to see through. So judging from the sides. And always making sure that the right sides of the fabric are together. So I'm going to cut off some of the extra. And remember to save the scraps of purple so that they can fit into different areas. Now we're going to go to 3B. Some more fabric. And always using your template as a guide. I'm going to go on the wrong side of the fabric so that it'll match up that way. And making sure to stay away from the salvage edge. One of the things that we have to look at when we do any type of quilting is we are always going to be making mistakes. So something that I always have with me at all times is my seam ripper. If I cut a piece of fabric that's too short, I can always go back and rip out the seam. If I put it at a wrong angle and it flies off the paper and it doesn't match to the shape of the piece that I need, then I've always got the seam ripper to take out a piece or two. I've made 3 completed squares already, and each square I've had to use my seam ripper, so this is a very important tool to keep with you at all times. Okay. Now to put on piece 3B. Looking up and making sure that I have that 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. Sewing through that seam allowance. And pressing it open with the fingers. I'm going to go through and cut off a little bit of this blue. Making sure that I don't cut the paper. We need to keep the paper on until we're done. Now coming back to some of the scraps that we had before, this little triangle here will fit 4B. as we open this up, we are done with this square. What we need to do now is take it over to the cutting board and cut it out so that the seam allowances is there. This is a finished copy of that one. See how with the mirror image, the elution chain is going that way, but when you turn it over, it's going the correct direction.